Hey people, welcome back to the stream. All right, so I was able to fix the problem yesterday. So it was a simple reinstall. So we're good to go. Wait, let me fix something. There you go. Looks brighter now. I think it's some weird SDR thing. Anyway, I want to start from the beginning. We barely moved yesterday anyway, so I think it's fine to start from the beginning. Alright, let's start. Bicycle racing is known to be a tough sport. The toughest part is the hill climb. It's pure hell. To climb a steep hill, you have to continue pedaling without rest. It strains every muscle in your whole body. Wait, you know what? Let me actually test this.
記録しておきました。またいつでも言ってください。警告。
Alright, okay. I just had to demonstrate that. Alright, let's continue. At those times, I had always thought, I can't take this anymore. I'm quitting after this race. Let's increase the speed of text. Despite that, I always took part in the next race. I had endured severe training so that I wouldn't tire out halfway through the hill climb. Why, you ask? Because I had a reward waiting for me at the end of the climb. Nothing compared to the feeling of cutting through the wind as I raced down the steep slope at blistering speeds. I felt an incredible rush every time. And just like that, I would forget everything. The pain of the hill climb, the strain on every muscle in my body, and all those days of hard practice. It wasn't a matter of winning or losing. I just enjoyed it. And that's why I continued to ride. That's how it should have been. At that time, I didn't have much experience in life. So what was about to come was beyond my imagination. Suddenly, without warning, something was taken from me. Or perhaps you could say it was locked away or lost. However, taken is the word that best expresses the emotion I felt at that time. This incident taught me one thing: life isn't all about having fun. I learned a harsh lesson in life. I lost everything. It, I took it really hard, but I should have thought about it a little more. If something could be taken from me so abruptly, then something could be given to me just as suddenly. The wind was blowing, a gentle but strong wind. It wouldn't be unreasonable to say that we met by chance. Back then, we still had no idea what would begin on that day. That CGI, man. It's like the Higurashi wheel all over again. Anyway, the windmill was turning. Its huge size alone was enough to overwhelm people. Its inorganic shape was molded in pursuit of functionality. But to those who didn't know its purpose, it probably just looked bizarre. When you have when so many of them were lined up like that, you could certainly say they were overwhelming. But I wonder why. The sight of those white windmills lined up on the green hill gave me a somewhat idyllic impression. It's amazing. To think something like this could be built here. At the very least, 5 years ago, there had been nothing here but a wide open field. I had heard they were planning on building a large-scale renewable energy research facility. The cell phone in my pocket vibrated to tell me I had received a text. It's from Manchan. To Aoi. Did you arrive here already? Sorry I couldn't come to meet you. My name is written using a kanji read as Aoi. It's a difficult character and is often mistaken read as Midori. By the way, whether they read it as Aoi or Midori, people often mistake my name for a girl's, which is a little annoying, just like real girls. I wrote a reply right away. I hardly ever texted, so I found the touch keyboard a bit awkward to use. I got here a little early, so I'm just going for a stroll. The windmills are amazing. Okay. The reply came quickly. They're great, right? It's a very popular spot now. If you need anything, feel free to contact me anytime. Manchan. Thanks. Manchan. I sent the text and then sat down on the grass. From a point on the hillside, I could gaze at the lake and the town stretching across the opposite bank. Adiguara's rapid redevelopment meant that the remnants of the Showa era buildings were intermingled with modern architecture. They express both the past and the future at the same time. Something white came across my field of vision. For a moment it looked like one of the windmill blades had torn off and flown away. But there was no way that could have happened. A paper airplane. I got up and headed down the slope. chasing it. The paper airplane that was gliding gently eventually lost its momentum and descended. Gotcha. I ran ahead of it, then hopped and caught it in midair. Where did it come from? Judging from the direction, it came from the top of the hill. Who would be there other than me at a time like that? I took the paper airplane with me and climbed up the rope slope. Just as I was about to see the top, that CGI, man. A strong gust of wind suddenly blew the paper airplane out of my hand. Ah, hey, wait! I chased after the paper airplane and ran up the slope. Title. Then, just as I finally caught it, there was someone on top of the hill. There was a girl sitting on a wheelchair. She was looking leaningly into the distant sky. A sudden breeze blew her hair and she combed it back with her fingers. The girl's black hair and white blouse looked incredible. The windmills in the blue sky stretched as far as the eye could see in the background. It was as if I was looking at a flawless painting. The girl noticed me. I almost started making excuses for coming there. It was like I stepped into her world without permission. So I felt a little guilty. She wasn't saying anything. She might have been on guard since some guy had suddenly appeared before her. I held out the paper airplane to show her the reason I had come. Did you through this? Her facial expression stiffened the moment she saw it. Slowly, tears appeared in those delicate eyes. What? The tears collected in the corner of her eyes and came running straight down. As I watched, huge tears came rolling down her cheeks. Huh? Hey, without thinking, I walked up beside her. What's wrong? Are you hurt? She shook her head and clung to my hand that I unconsciously held out. Her hand was trembling a little. Squeeze. She weakly squeezed my hand. It's okay now. I didn't know her circumstances or anything, but I squeezed her hand back as I answered. Ouch. Before I knew it, some chicken-like fellow suddenly started pecking at my feet. Oh, there you go. This is proof that it's fixed because we can see the duck or the hat. Oh, that hurts. What's with this guy? Oh, it's Hatto, as it was called, calmed down at her command. A duck. It was wearing a hat for some reason. I hate the shortcuts, man. It must have been a very unique engine or some shit. I'm not familiar with this engine. This VN engine. There's something really different about the engine. Anyway. It was pretty surprising being suddenly attacked by an animal. But it looked like it made her stop crying at least. Is the towel okay? I don't carry a handkerchief around me. After I said that, I took a hand towel out of my bag, but I'm waiting for her to reply. Of course, it has been washed, so it was clean.
ありがとう。
Why were you crying? If it hurts somewhere.
そうじゃないわ。
As she answered, she pointed to one of the wheels of her wheelchair. It had lost its air and had collapsed. She got a flat tire.
おかげで立ち往生していたの。もう1時間もよ。
Oh damn, 1 hour. Oh shit. What a terrible situation. Just a mere flat tire for her was like having her legs taken away. Did you have a cell phone?
部屋に置いてきた。
She answered. This name.
だから他の方法で助けを呼ぼうと思って。そしたら SOS を受け取って来てくれた人がいたから。
SOS? Oh, this? I opened up the paper airplane I still had in my hand. I'm in trouble. Someone help me. I'm at a windmill hill. So she started crying for relief, because someone carrying the paper airplane appeared. She was looking fine, but she's been shaken just a moment before. She must have been really scared. Hold on a moment. The back of my feet rustled as I rummaged inside it. She tilted her head in puzzlement when she saw the tools I had taken out. Can you get out for a moment?
どうして？
I'll fix it. You can't go anywhere if you have a flat tire, can you?
そうだけど、手貸してもらってもいいかしら。
Seemed even getting out of the wheelchair was difficult for her. What should I do? I'd seen some methods on the TV. If I remember correctly, the caretakers would lift their charges from the front. Apparently, she also imagined something similar in prose.
やっぱり自分で。
Excuse me for a moment. I put my arms around her sides to her back and lifted her up right away. Oh, she's so light. It was much lighter than I had expected. So I used a... Oh, wait there. So I used a bit too much strength. I put her down on soft grass before she could grasp the situation. I'll fix it right away. So hold on a moment. They're made in the same way as bicycle tires. I usually started on the repairs. She was behind me, so I couldn't see her expression. But I had a feeling she was glaring at me reproachfully for some reason. The duck was swaddling around me and pecking at the soil while I was quietly working. Is this duck your pet?
違う。ただの同居に。散歩しようと思ったら勝手についてきちゃったのよ。ハト、あんまり遠くへ行っちゃダメよ。置いてっちゃうんだから。わあ。
I didn't know ducks could recognize their own names, but he did turn around when he was called. Hey, he's pretty smart.
そうなのよ。だから困るの。いたずらばっかりして。
As I looked at the duck, I saw her legs laid out on the grass in my field of vision. So, she can't move them. There were various reasons why people would need to use a wheelchair, but it seems she had a disability in her legs. By the way, the previous visual novel I was playing was kind of a shoujo. So timely. And literally the previous route was Emmy's. Well, at least she still have her full legs. Let's continue. When I picked her up a moment before, her body had stiffened up with surprise. But there had been no strength in her legs at all. The duck returned from his little excursion. While he was walking around her, he would occasionally try to jump onto her lap,
邪魔。
but she was pushing him off. I watched the exchange from the corner of my eye while fixing the flat tire.
男の子ってすごいのね。そんな道具いつも持ち歩いてるんだ。
I don't recall walking around with random ass tools, man. That's not really the case, though. I only had it by chance.
私草の上に座るのなんて久しぶり。柔らかくて気持ちい
As she said that, she stretched herself.
い。いいところよね。ここ
Yeah, it is.
部屋の窓から見えるのよ。一度来てみたかったの。
Strong winds blow through this place. There were no windmills here 5 years ago, though.
5年
I just come back to this town.
前？そうなんだ。
She directed her gaze at something far away.
じゃああなたは故郷に帰ってきたんだ。
Yeah. She slowly hung her head. She seemed lonely and strangely sad. There was an awkward silence while I continued working. The duck looked up at the sky and tilted his head in puzzlement.
どうしたのハット。
She followed his gaze.
何かしらあれ。
What?
何か飛んでる。
There was something flying in the air. It was crossing over the lake and gradually getting closer. Bro, my CGI. At first, I thought that the paper airplane she had thrown was coming back into us. But that wasn't the case. We crossed over the lake and eventually reached the air above the small hill where we were. An airplane. Not a paper airplane. A real one. But what on earth? Compared to the airplanes I knew, it was much thinner, and its wings were really big.
グライダーだ。間違いない。あれグライダーよ。
A glider. I repeated the name to confirm it, and looked up at the sky once more. Its large, white silhouette, with spread wings, somewhat reminded me of a seagull.
ほら見て旋回してる。綺麗ね。
The glider, question mark, kept turning leisurely above us. It's flying very slowly.
当然よ。水力がないんだもの。
As it moved slowly across the blue sky, it seemed to be floating rather than flying.
あんな風に飛ぶんだ。
It looks like it would feel nice.
降りてきた。
The turning glider started descending towards the top of the hill where we were, as if it had given up on climbing. However, it didn't look like it was going to land. It was just reducing its altitude. Why don't we try waving? They might notice us. She earnestly stretched out her hand and waved towards the light aircraft gliding in the sky.
わわ。
I wasn't sure if the pilot noticed us or not. However, the wings flashed with a reflected light, and it looked like it was answering our waving. The glider then turned its back to us and flew away, back to the other side of the lake where he had come from.
ちょっと
She mumbled sadly as she lowered her hand. Extend the little wings which fly in the sky highly. Ooh. I fixed the flat tire and went with her back to the town. We reached the residential area on the opposite side of the lake on Windmill Hill, where we came from.
ここでいいわ。
I'll take you back to your home.
いい。
It seemed like she was going to say more, but she bit her tongue. Well, I guess there was no way a disabled girl would bring a guy she hardly knew to her house just because he showed her a little kindness. I mean, it's kind of creepy, by the way. I mean, I don't know. Nowadays, we can't be exactly, nowadays, we're not too safe. But this is like 2012 or something, and whatever, you know, I don't know what's going to be.
ありがとう。おかげで助かったわ。
Don't mention it. If you get a flat tire again, call me anytime. I said it jokingly, but she blushed and looked down bashfully.
あのね、ありがとう。
She wanted to thank me. She already did that a moment ago.
ちょっとだけ楽しかった。友達と遊ぶみたいで。
Damn, man, she has no friends. Holy shit. Yeah, I had fun too. Plus, I got to see something unusual too. The glider we had seen a while before was flying nearby at that moment.
私も本物を見たの初めて。素敵な思い出ができちゃった。
Look at that, I've never seen a glider in real life. Like a big one, not like the thing that some random dude throws in the field. Anyway, she murmured softly and giggled. Coupled with her cute and dainty appearance, it was a very charming smile.
それじゃあもう行くわね。
Okay, take care. The wheels squeaked as she pushed the wheelchair along with her hands down an empty street. The duck wearing a hat waddled along behind her. Hey. She pulled herself to a stop and looked back at me. See you again. Nice day. She made a troubled and embarrassing face, then left without saying anything. She sure was cute. Where was she from? Her appearance was quite graceful, as if she were a daughter of a rich family. A little lady with a duck? It was an odd combination, but they were strangely fitting for each other. Okay, I'd better get going. I was supposed to head to a dormitory called Flying Fish Manor. Due to certain circumstances, the place would be my new home. I looked up at the clouds, moving above while I was walking along the gently sloping stream. They drifted along leisurely, reminding me of the glider. That distinctive silhouette had left a mysterious impression on me. I finally found it. This place. Is this it? Flying Fish Manor. There's a huge difference between its appearance and its name. I can't do a lot of exclamation marks, man. I can't do it right now. I don't feel like it. That's like giving a tough-looking mastiff a name like Lil. Oh man, I just came from Konoha Shoujo, and there was a Lily character. I mean, she had double L, but it sounds the same. At least calling my son the flying fish or something. What's flying in French? Never mind. Whew. That's why I couldn't find him, even though I looked everywhere. I was sure that place couldn't be the dormitory, so I completely ruled it out and walked everywhere around the area. I still couldn't believe it, so I checked the sign one more time. Flying Fish Manor. There's no doubt about it. Even so, I'm still not entirely convinced. After all, I knew a lot about that place. It was an old Western-style house built on the shore of the lake. Because of its slightly eerie appearance, we used to call it the Witch's Mansion when we were kids. As a test of courage, we would often sneak into the yard. We thought it was a rich person's residence, but it was actually a dormitory. Keifu Private Academy Student Dormitory. Keifu? Keifu? I don't know how to pronounce that shit. I can't just stand here in shock. Okay. I took a deep breath and straightened myself. Wait, this layout. Why does it remind me of something right now? The layout. I've seen this layout before. But I can't... maybe it's just me. Hello?
あら？お客さん？
Girl in underwear. We're starting early today, huh? Whoa! My expression that I had tried so hard to straighten out instantly crumbled when a girl only in her underwear suddenly appeared before me.
どちら様ですか？
Well, why? She is the one who should be troubled by being seen. So why am I the one feeling under pressure?
訪問販売はお断りしてます。どうしたのかなちゃん？なんかお客さんみたい。お客さん？男の人？
Another girl, but dressed normally, showed up from the inside. She let out a wild scream when she saw me. The glasses she was wearing almost slipped off.
かなちゃん、ふくふく。どうしたの？
Another girl appeared.
ゆかさん、知らない男の子がかなちゃんの裸をなんですって？
Huh? What? Huh? No! No, I didn't. My cell phone rang. It was like a divine mercy. The display indicated it was Mom. Excuse me for a moment. After I swiftly escaped outside, I quickly pressed the button to answer the call. Mom!
そろそろ飛び予想について落ち着いてる頃だと思って。どんな感じ？
Well, the place is full of girls. Moreover, one was in her underwear.
当たり前じゃない。だってそこ。
I checked the sign once again. I noticed some small writing in the corner. Girls' dormitory. This is a girls' dormitory!
あら、言ってなかったかしら？
Holy shit. You did this on purpose. What kind of a mother are you? From now on, I'm going to be this place's dorm mother, right?
大丈夫よ。オーナーさんも寮生の方たちも了解してくれてるから。
They were screaming at the top of their lungs just now.
あら、間違えて更衣室入っちゃった？
That damn mother of mine. She's enjoying this situation. The front door opened slightly, and the girls peeked through.
どうサナちゃん。まだいます。
When I called out to them, they pulled their heads back inside like a pair of surprised turtles and shut the door. What I can do about this? Ooh, look at that wind. You know what? I forgot what you call that thing on top of the roof. No, seriously, I've seen this layout before. This looks so familiar. I don't know why. And well, that's the situation.
ほうほう。じゃああなたが新しい寮母さんなんだ。
Well, I was explaining the situation. The boarders watched me from a fair distance, except for the girl, or the underwear girl, who had put some clothes on. It was a bad idea after all. A guy being the dorm mother of a girl's dormitory. Wait. I suddenly remembered it wasn't recent. It was like maybe last year or last year. Except the guy was a young dude. That was a good one. That was a good one. Anyway,
いいんじゃないの？
the girls who were hiding behind the underwear girl, even though she had put clothes on, they were pretty rowdy, nodded in agreement.
誰か来てくれないともっと困るから。そうなのよね。でももっと年配の人だとばかり思ってて。
It had to be someone their age. I guess the mom was looking for like, you know what I mean?
はい。
Fearful looking girl. Alright. By the way, one more person that joined us. It was a timid girl who looked the same age as me. Or maybe a year younger. What is it?
葵くんって言ったっけ？年はいくつ？
I'm still a student. Starting tomorrow, I'll be going to Keifu Academy. I'm a second year.
へえ。じゃあ年下なんだ。にやり。
God damn fucking Pisons, man. Oh shit. They're getting ready for... She said, hee. What do you mean? The person who suggested to do all this was my mom. And well, she kind of hat-tricked me into accepting this job as the dorm mother. My mom had a job connected to real estate, and her company was managing the property.
ですって。どうしますゆかさん。チェンジします？そういう事情なら。
The girl who seemed the oldest said so, and the others reluctantly nodded in agreement. This is just until the landlord comes back or until we find someone else. I apologize for the inconvenience. For the time being, I'm looking forward to working with you. Everyone left and went back to their rooms once we came to an agreement and the conversation was over.
いやー、なんかごめんね。みんなおぼこい娘さんたちのもんで若い男を前にして舞い上がっちゃってんのよ。私はしぐれかな子。なんかあったら私に言ってちょうだい。管理人さんの部屋は1階の廊下の突き当たりよ。
Thank you very much. Were those all the boarders? Kanako was the underwear girl. The tall girl with the long hair was Yuka-san. And the one wearing glasses was Sana-san. And the timid girl who showed up last was Suryoka-san. That was 4 people altogether.
ああ、もう一人いるんだけど、いわゆる引きこもりというやつで。
God damn, I'm gonna heal the hikikomori population. Shit.
そのうち出てくるんじゃないかな。
Oh. In other words, there were 5 boarders in total. The building was pretty big, but there were only 5 people living there. But to think of it, the mom did say that there were quite a few empty rooms. It was an old building, and it was somewhat far from the school, So maybe it wasn't that popular.
汗かいちゃったからもう一回お風呂入ってこよっと。
Bro, all you did was just stand up and show yourself in your underwear. Anyway, the conversation ended well, so I called my mother to let her know. So in the end, we somehow worked things out.
さあ、それはよかったわ。言っておくけど、寮の子に手出しちゃダメよ。
What are you talking about, Mom?
まあ、問題にならない程度ならいいけど。あ、それから、前に言ったと思うけど、一人足の不自由な子がいるから。
Flap, flap, flap. Suddenly, the sound of flapping wings came from down the hallway, and a shrill voice resounded.
待ちなさいハトぐわー
Huh? Something big and white rushed down the hallway, and behind it, at breakneck speed, a girl in a wheelchair was chasing it.
待てこのバカアヒル私のパンツ返しなさいわっわっわっ
That white thing, which seemed kind of a duck, ran behind while flapping its wings. The girl in the wheelchair avoided the obstacle in her path, in other words, me, and chased after the duck like a drift racer. I was so overwhelmed by the speed that I couldn't say anything.
捕まえたわよハト
The girl in the wheelchair caught the duck at my feet, snatched away a little white clot of the candy in his feet.
まったくあんたはいたずらばっかりして今度やったら北京ダックにしてやるんだから
Man, that's good shit there. The girl set the duck down in her lap and lectured him. I remember seeing her before. However, she's completely different than the impression I got in the afternoon. Back then, she seemed sweeter, or maybe graceful and transient. However, her appearance was the same. It wasn't often that you see such a pretty girl. Looks like the tire is in good condition.
Huh?
She finally realized that there was a guy standing there.
もしもし葵、聞いてるの？
Yeah, what is it?
足が不自由な子がいるから面倒を見てあげてねって話を。
Sure, I got it. Okay, talk to you soon, Mom. I replied and ended the call.
どうしてあなたがここに
After saying that, she realized she was holding the small clot in her hand. I quickly stuffed it under her butt to hide it.
なんでここにいるの新しい寮母さんだよ小鳥ちゃん
Hanako, who was supposed to be having a bath, suddenly showed up.
はい何よそれ聞いてないんですけどいようにも小鳥ちゃんめったに部屋から出てこないんだもん新しい寮母って男の子じゃない
Hey, look, take a good look. Is what it felt like she was saying, as she relentlessly pointed at me.
そのやりとりはうちらはるか昔に通過したから
The girl called Kotori glared at kind of sad, as she was in fear. And the new dorm mother, Aoi Minase,
ハバネ小鳥です
this Habane-san reluctantly responded to my introduction.
この子はハト前ってもう知ってるわよね
Hato.
わ
Hato turned to face me, flapped its wings. It was a clever duck.
本当にあなたが新しい寮母さんなの
Yeah, that's right. Are you against it? It can't be helped if she says she doesn't like that the dorm mother of a girl's dormitory is a guy, and the same age at that. Habane-san closed her eyes and quietly took a deep breath, as if she was trying to clear her mind. Habane-san?
昼間のことは忘れて。
We're starting at the bad impression now. Whatever good impression we had earlier, fuck that, man. In the afternoon? Which part?
なるべく全部だけど。そうね。強いて言うなら。
She stopped there and glanced at Kanako-san, who was standing behind Kotori, pricking up her ears. Kanako-san got the message and disappeared down the hallway.
この私がついうっかりポロッと泣いちゃったりしたことよ。
Ah. That incident was quite vivid and I remembered it well. Seeing a girl's tears were so close wasn't something one experienced often. I don't know what she thought about it, but those tears were very beautiful.
忘れた？
No, not yet.
忘れろ、今すぐ。
Don't be ridiculous. If you keep repeating it like that, it will get engraved in my memory even more.
あのね、新入りのあなたは知らないだろうけど、私これでも。
Abane-san straightened her back, put on a clear, aloof smile, and brushed up her hair with a natural gesture.
クールビューティーで通ってるの。
What is this? Beauty.
ビューティーよ。ちょっと言い間違えただけ。もう一回
Ah, there's a word like that,
言うから、もう一回やらせて。
he said, and then straightened her back and made a composed smile again. Ah, know what you meant already. Way to steal her thunder, guys.
意地悪、揚げ足取り、人でなし。
Abane-san threw just about every possible insult at me and turned her wheelchair around. With that, she raced back down the hallway and took refuge in her room. Hato got thrown off along the way. He chased after her and entered the room through a small door. Oh, remember, duh. He stalled at the bottom of the main door. I looked on in disbelief. I don't need to say this, but the dainty, delicate image that she had in the afternoon had completely crumbled away, taking the faintly sprouting feeling of love along with it. But full of beauty, huh? And I remembered her confidently brushing her hair up. I almost burst out laughing. What a funny girl. From the very beginning, everything had been so messed up, but I had a hunch things were about to get kind of interesting. Extend the little wings which fly in the sky highway. Is that the English name? Wait, let me actually recheck the English name. I didn't even bother to know the English name. Never mind. I'm not gonna think about that. First job as a dorm mother was making breakfast for the boarders. I didn't know dorm mothers do that. Holy shit.
葵くん、料理上手だね。おかわり。
Large serving, right?
わかってるね。
I was pretty confident in my cooking. Until now, I had been living with my father, who had been transferred to the countryside. I was helping with the housework every day. I was in charge of preparing the meals, and I liked cooking to begin with. This is my guy. This is my guy. As one of the reasons why I accepted the job as a dorm mother. The others don't eat breakfast? What else had come to the dining hall? Even when somebody was passing by, they were kind of sneaking around for some reason. Oh, they're still shy. I mean, come on, this is a girls' dormitory, and that's a dude, so you know. When Kanako-san looked toward the hallway, the oldest boarder, Yuka-san, was just speaking here, quickly ran away.
もうみんなオフだからね。 男の子に免疫がないのよ。
But I'm given the impression that their school is a co-ed. It's kind of weird. I mean, don't get me wrong, like the dorm, yeah, I totally understand, but like in the common area at least, oh man. But anyway, there you go. He's asking the same questions as I do. But Keifu is a co-ed school, right?
いくら学校で同じでも寝起きの緩み切ったすっぴんが見られちゃうわけじゃないからね。
Okay, that makes sense. Okay, that makes sense. Okay, that makes sense. I see. It seems that working as a dorm mother for girls' dormitory will be a little problematic after all. There was a reason why I accepted the job as a dorm mother at the Flying Fish Manor. Not long ago, the landlord had collapsed. It seems that she was pretty ill. On top of straining her back, she also caught a summer cold, which made matters worse. The landlord immediately started looking for a replacement, but couldn't find anyone. Then she sought help from my mother, who works at the local real estate company. This is one of the properties that my mother manages. She and the landlord are old acquaintances. She picked me for this job since I was planning to come back here. My mother was the one responsible for this place. In practice, I was carrying out work of the dorm mother. That was actually the condition for letting me come back to this town. As usual, she was taking advantage of me, but I wasn't really against the idea, so I accepted. If I hadn't known it was a girls' dormitory, I would have certainly refused. This place was old and a little far from school. The rent was cheap. Next to nothing. It would have been a bother if they couldn't stay here. And worse, the boarders wouldn't have been able to go to school. That's why they accepted the guy as his temporary dorm mother.
ごちそうさん。美味しかった。
Hanako stacked up dishes on the counter and licked her lips in satisfaction.
ま、みんなそのうち慣れるって。じゃ、行ってきます。
She had eaten it all. Not a single grain of rice was left. I think people enjoy me cooking feels pretty good. I uttered this heartily. I felt as if I got more praise than I deserved. It's late. I better get ready for school too. I bumped into Habane-san into the entry hall. She was wearing her uniform and looked like she was about to go to school. Good morning, Habane-san.
おはよう。
Are you going to school? Shall we go together?
なんでそうなるの？
Why? Look,
私の足のことを心配してるなら余計なお世話よ。ふんと。
she replied curtly and quickly went out of the front door. I don't have any friends at school, so I just wanted to have someone to talk to. Apparently she misunderstood something. Wait, he never went to the school, right? Yet. Or because this is his hometown, so he has an idea. Anyway, I put on my new uniform and made my way to school. I was a dorm mother, but also a student at Keifu Academy. Or rather, the latter was my main occupation. Today was the first day at my new school. I'm not the shy type, but I was actually a little nervous. The school I was going to before was a sports-focused all-boys school. Damn! This combination, I've seen this so many times. Wait, let me check something. I have a feeling... Academy. The school I'll be attending starting today was an engineering school, and it was also co-educational. As I walked along the streets leading to school, there were more and more groups of people wearing the same uniform. I used to live here 5 years ago. There should be some people that I know. Most of my acquaintances went on to regular schools. I wonder if the ones who went to Keifu's Academy remember me. Even when I believe it could make a big difference. As for Yuchi-san, I got weirdly misunderstood. Oh yeah? Ageha and the others go to. Alright, that's a very weird transition, man. That's a very weird transition. They were my childhood friends. I always played with them when I was a kid. It was Ageha-san, Mabo-san, Hotaru-san, Hotaru, and Anchan. Out of that group, Ageha and Mabu are the same age as me, but we haven't met in 5 years and haven't really stayed in touch. We only exchanged New Year's cards. Now that I mentioned it, I think there was a small message about which school they were planning to enter in the corner of the last year's New Year card. What did it say again? I had a lot of stuff to deal with, and I found it a little bothersome, save for Anchan. I haven't told anyone that I'm coming back. To be honest, I wasn't even sure how I should act when I saw them. When it comes to Ageha, she would probably say something like, "Hey, you contact me," and hit me. She used to look and act like a real tomboy. When I recalled the past and grin.
お
At a spot where the two school routes merge, a girl wearing a K-Food uniform stopped walking and looked at me. The other girls who were walking with her were puzzled and asked her what was going on. However, that girl, as if she couldn't hear them, kept staring fixedly at me. Her gaze seemed slightly surprised. She's very cute. Not realizing, I'd stopped walking and was looking at the girl as well. I was going to an all-boys school until just a few days ago. It was only natural that the mere sight of a girl, moreover, a cute one, going to school in her uniform made my heart skip a beat.
もしかして葵
Yeah, that's me. I was a little surprised when she called out my name all of a sudden, in such a familiar manner as that. Who could that be?
やっぱり葵だ嘘本当に
She called me in a very familiar way again, looking very delighted. Did I know any girls this cute? No. I've seen this face before. Those eyes that sparkle like a little kid's when she smiled. Could it be Ageha?
もしかしなくてもアゲハよ忘れちゃったの私の顔
While saying that, she briskly approached me and brought her face right in front of me, in front of mine, without hesitation. It was definitely Ageha. She changed a lot, but if I just look at her face, there's no doubt it's her. Are you really that Ageha?
しつこいな他にどのアゲハがいるってのよ正真正銘本物の姫木アゲハです
The other girls gathered around us in a circle and asked her who I was. Ageha turned towards them and introduced me.
この子水瀬葵くん転校生よサッチンは覚えてるよね
Sachin replied, "Wait, this is Minase-kun?" In a soft, surprised voice. That's right. We were in the same class at one point in 4th grade.
私と葵は幼馴染なの昔ここに住んでたんだけど転校してっちゃったのよね
Is this the BM where childhood friends win or some shit? Well, I know this is a multi-route thing, so... Wait, let me... I'll be right back. I need to turn on the AC. It's so hot. girls seemed interested in Nagia's explanation, and they looked at me in anticipation. Nice to meet you all. I said Ali. I made a stern face as I introduced myself to hide my embarrassment of being in front of so many girls in the school uniform. Nagia, who was looking at me, snickered in amusement. I never thought I would be doing self-introduction on the way to school like that, so I was totally unprepared. I'll say it again. Let me do it again. Yuchi-san's words came to my mind.
背伸びたわね。最初誰かわかんなかったわ。
As she spoke, Nagia moved her hand near the top of my head to check the difference in height between us. Our bodies were making contact, but she either didn't notice it or didn't mind. I clenched my teeth, but the fact that she was so unreserved actually made me feel more comfortable.
昔は私といい勝負だったのに、男の子はずるいの。
Speaking of which, you've also changed.
そう？
She looked at herself as she said that. Yeah, even though you always looked like a boy, now your figure has become quite girly. Those were my honest thoughts, but it sounded strangely lewd when I said that. I thought she would be a little mad for that, but...
ぬふふん。どうだ、いい女になっただろ。
I guess they were that close. I guess they were that close. Nagia laughed happily and did a little spin on the spot. Oh man, I can imagine that shit. The force of her turn made her spirit flutter a little. Yeah, it's like they're not really Nagia. Days I spoke my mind without thinking.
イエーイ、やったね。
Nagia was pleased and high-fived her friends. What? Seeing her in high spirits felt just like old times. Nagia, my best friend from childhood, hadn't changed in 5 years that had passed. Wait, for someone who was your best friend from your childhood, you guys never stayed in touch. Okay, man. With the exception of her appearance. The lessons on my first day at my new school flew by in the blink of an eye. As usual. In the visual novel, these classes don't matter. None of them matter, man. It would be funny if one visual novel did the persona thing and did ask you some questions. Ask you some questions in class. And you got something for solving them all correctly or some shit. Anyway, between lessons taught in regular schools like language and social studies, or classes from a technical curriculum, I was still in my second year, so I didn't have many of those classes. But it appears that when you reach third or fourth years, they become more numerous. By the way, this was a 5-year school. How does that work? How does that work? Like, so that's like an engineering specialized school, right? Yeah. And what do they do in the additional year? Wait, and look at how that works. I never heard of a 5-year high school. What the fuck? Because of that, when I was walking through the hallways, the sad nature of my former all-boys school, but I couldn't stop my eyes from following the girls as I walked past them.
ほほん、早速女子のチェックですか？
Hey, the school is really nice though. Like, look at the architecture, man. Well, this is supposed to be like a technical school and all, but like, holy shit, it's so futuristic looking. And I don't recall that this takes place in the future or some shit. Like, my understanding is this is like current day in 2012, so you know. Anyway, whatever. No, that's not it. I just thought that they looked pretty grown up, that's all.
4年か5年の先輩じゃないかな。
At our age, you gap of 3 or 4 years can be pretty big. Classmen look really very mature.
それにね、うちってこの手の専門学校にしては女子の比率が多いんだよ。
Yeah, that's kind of bullshit, man. You know, their typical engineering shit was like your typical engineering class was like a sausage fest. Holy shit! Because I had some pals from engineering, and they asked me to enroll in their classes just for the lulz. There was like 3 out of 40. 3 out of 40, man. Hey, what the fuck, man? That's so shit. I was like, nah, man. Join me where it's at. The proportions. Wait, no. Anyway. Huh? Why is that? I asked without thinking, and Agia looked at me as if she wanted to call me a pervert.
校舎の建て替えと同時期に女子生徒の受け入れを強化したんだって。
How did they? What was the trick, man? I've heard about that before I transfer. They increased the number of courses for girls and asked famous designers to design a new school building. How could architecture alone? I don't even know, man. I don't even know. I don't even know what they meant by number of courses for girls. What does that even mean? Anyway, it's said that thanks to that, the ratio of boys and girls is about 50-50. Became one of the selling points of this school. Knowing that, I've been wavering before I decided to transfer here. I'd like to think it's inevitable for a former all-boys school student. By the way, it was lunchtime. Agea was in the middle of guiding me around the school building. The school building is amazing. The school itself was pretty old. Since it was a special kind of school, it was naturally pretty famous in the local area. I've known about it as well since I was little. The school building had been rebuilt over the last few years, with the renovations divided into several stages. The work was completed just 1 year ago. It's said to be designed by a famous designer. The design featured many curved lines, so its appearance was quite different from what is generally associated with the word school. It's a very modern design. It was almost as if I'm looking at one of those Red Alert fucking Allies Command and Conquer shit. Anyway. Felt like I entered some kind of sci-fi setting.
設備も最高だよ。冷暖房完備、完全バリアフリーでどんな人も安心して学校生活が送れます。
Thank God for Japan and the air conditioning. You know what? I'm jelly that their subways have air conditioning. Holy shit. Man, New York subways are shit, man. They don't have air conditioning. And it smells like shit. Anyway. There you're free. That's right. Yuchi-san, aka Habane Kotori, should be somewhere in the school.
でもさ、葵、ほんと変わったよね。
Agea was walking by my side, muttered as she looked at my face.
顔とか昔はもっと可愛らしかったのに、なんかゴツゴツしちゃってさ。
Yeah, same to you.
ひどっ、私ゴツゴツなんてしてないもん。
She knew that I thought she's cute when we met on the way to school. She never stopped joking about it, so I kept quiet about that.
あんちゃんから聞いてなかったら気づかなかったわよ。
You heard it from An-chan?
そう、葵が帰ってくるってね。
By the way, I was in the same class as Agea. She knew that I might be coming as a transfer student, so she wasn't all that surprised by our encounter this morning.
あんたね、帰ってくるなら連絡くらいよこしなさいよね。
I mean, as for An-chan, he wasn't really my older brother or anything. He was our childhood friend. But since he was much older than us, we nicknamed him An-chan. Even though he's not related by blood, he brother to us. Ageha glared at me and grumbled as I tried to laugh it off.
昔の私ならアックスボンバーかましてるところよ。
It didn't actually hit me though. While we were talking, we went back to the classroom. Holy shit! Heard that sound effect? It was like sci-fi shit. And then, you know, when we enter, it looks exactly like the Final Fantasy VIII classroom. Holy shit! What year is this supposed to be? What the fuck? This is too futuristic for me, man. I wasn't expecting this, man. I thought it was like, it was only like a fancy ass architecture, but like, go inside, it looks so futuristic. It's like 100 years from now or some shit. Anyway, the classrooms weren't exactly normal either. I felt a little uneasy taking classes here, but I'd probably get used to it sometime soon. By the way, there's a girl in a wheelchair in the school, right? Her name is Yuchi. No, I mean Habane-san. I asked Ageha as we returned to our seats. I didn't ask what year she was in, even if it wasn't the same as ours. I thought Ageha would know her. That was quite an evasive response for Ageha. It wasn't just her. Other people who were sitting nearby and overheard our conversation also seemed to be feeling kind of awkward.
ハバネさんならうちのクラスだよ。今日は来てないみたいだけど。
What the fuck? She was skipping the entire time? Holy shit. After Ageha said that, someone added, you meant today either, right? The way she said that seemed quite harsh. Can't be. I mean, I want to say that she left the dormitory this morning in her uniform, but it bit my thumb because the atmosphere was rather strange.
ここんとこずっと休んでるんだ。体調が良くないみたいでさ。
Oh man, someone knows the truth. Holy shit. For hell. Yesterday, she went out to the windmill hill, and later, she was chasing the duck around the halls of the dormitory. And this morning, she was wearing her uniform as she left the dorm. Is she skipping school? What the fuck is with that transition, man? It's a weird transition. I rarely see that in a visual novel. Like, I think the last time I saw it was like in fucking 9. And they only did that once. Here, they're doing it a lot. It's literally a PowerPoint slide transition. What the fuck? Anyway. However, a classmate's reaction to our conversation was even more worrying than Habane-san's absence. It seemed that even Ageha wasn't telling me everything. But I don't really know the situation, so I can't say anything.
おい、山本。英語の辞書を貸してくんね。
Damn, this guy's broke for like not saying a single thing about fucking Habane-san or whatever. Just when the awkward mood had faded, a carefree voice resounded. A somewhat frivolous guy appeared in the entrance of the classroom and called out to a guy from our class.
お、ちょうどいいところに。
It's one of our dudes.
おーい、マーボー。
だよ、アゲハ。なんか用か？
A guy named Mabo entered the classroom.
お前と仲良くしてっとエリちゃんのご機嫌が悪くなんだよ。あれってやっぱジェラシーってやつだよな。
いいからこっち来い。
お、誰これ？転校生？アゲハは見た目結構可愛いけど中身男だから気をつけろ。
All behind us both looked blandly at him for a moment.
なんだよ。
Long time no see, Mabu.
は？
He made a puzzled face when the transfer student suddenly acted so familiar with him. It's me. Have you forgotten me?
俺だよって。え？お前、葵？
I looked at Ageha and she...
にや。
Yeah. Looks like she didn't tell him anything because she wanted to surprise him. The slightly frivolous guy was Tasaki Matsasu, also known as Mabu. was our childhood friend.
なんで葵がここにいるんだよ。てか転校生ってえ
あんた驚きすぎ。
そりゃ驚くって。
You see well, Nabu. You're growing pretty tall. Matsusugu used to be really small, but now he was about as tall as me. Not the same kind of change as with Akira, but it looks like he's grown about twice the size in 5 years that passed since we were kids.
お前こそ。
We firmly shook our right hands. It was just a little greeting.
本当に葵なのかよ。
Yeah, look at that, Nabu.
おかえり葵。
Prolonged the eye. This time, he was giving me a full-on hug. Hey!
熱い友情ってやつだね。
We were the only ones who thought so. All the girls around us were totally freaked out.
会いたかったよ。
Bro, no homo, man. What?
じゃねえよこの裏切り者。
Nabu suddenly backed off and pointed his finger at the tip of my nose. What is this all of a sudden?
いきなり出て行ったと思ったらろくに連絡もよこさねえで。俺やアゲハがどんな思いでいたかてめえ知ってるのか。
いやいや、勝手に私を巻き添えにするな。
そのくせよくものこのこと。
I'm sorry, but I couldn't help moving away. If you wanted to complain, go talk to my dad. I thought about writing a letter, but it was kind of embarrassing. We're both at fault for not contacting each other to begin with.
この裏切り者め、俺は絶対許さないかんな。お前なんか嫌いだ。バカバカ。
It's like a kid. He's still like a kid, man. Saliva flew out of his mouth as he emphasized that. After that, Mabu forgot all about borrowing the English dictionary and stormed out of the classroom.
子供かい。
Yeah, that is literally child's behavior. I was like, okay, man. It wasn't just us. Everyone in the classroom was shocked.
こうなると思って教えてなかったんだけどね。知ってたらあいつ最初から全開であんな感じだっただろうから。
I think that was the right decision. Yeah, my thanks. And so, he did seem really upset about it.
あいつ最近彼女ができて調子ついてんのよ。小さい頃は「あおいアゲハ待ってよ」とか言って大丈夫、すぐ元通りになるって。だってあいつ葵大好きっ子だもん。
Oh, it's as if I didn't realize. Anyway, don't say it like that. It sounds gross.
そう可愛いじゃない。
While we were talking, the bell sounded which marked the end of lunchtime. Everyone put away their lunch boxes and got ready for the next lesson. Agia was also going back to her seat, but she stopped halfway and came back. What's the matter? Agia lowered her voice, watching out for those around us.
なんでハバネさんのこと知ってるのかなって。
You see, my mother asked me to be a dorm mother of a student dormitory. I also lowered my voice so that around house wouldn't hear it.
寮の管理人？
Habane-san is living there.
そうなんだ。
My mom asked me to take good care of her. Even if she hadn't, I'd be worried about her anyway. When she heard my explanation, Akia started thinking about something. Her expression was somewhat dark.
このまま来なくなるんじゃないかってみんな心配してる。あんまり学校が楽しくないみたいなんだ。
It looked like she couldn't believe someone could dislike school. You seem to enjoy it.
私？もちろんだよ。だって楽しいじゃない学校。
I guess. It was still my first day at new school, but I was enjoying it quite a bit as well.
そっか。そうなんだ。
I guess Ageha was satisfied by my explanation. I should return to my seat while muttering something. Still hot. Why is it still hot? Anyway, after school, I was alone and was wandering around the school building. I wanted to take a look at some of the club activities. Film studies, drama club, there's even an RC club. Radio control club, I guess? I don't know, man. I wish he said occult club. What? I was just watching Asobi Asobase. I suddenly remembered the occult club. Anyway, as expected from a technical school, I looked at the school sports grounds from the window. The sports clubs were practicing in the heat. Compared to my school, it's pretty calm. The sports clubs at my school were taken very seriously. The sight of training before a match was one of the grueling harshness. Wait, why did I say my school there? I'm a student of this school now. I'll go take a look. I went down next to the playing field to watch the sports clubs practicing. I immediately felt like joining the practice myself though, so I decided to leave. The doctor said that light exercise shouldn't be a problem, but does he also have heart problems? I mean, I just came from Katawa Shoujo, man. There's already a girl with disabilities. Are you saying this guy also has disabilities as well? Holy shit. I'm on a roll. I tried stepping firmly with my right foot. Oh, he had accident, I guess, because the first scene was about him biking, I guess. So, and I didn't really feel any discomfort. A group in the baseball club was returning from the off-campus running course and entered through the school gate.
Ah, Minase! Omae, Minase daro?
Damn, man, this guy's popular. Holy shit. The one who called out to me was my old acquaintance. It's you, Taguchi. Long time no see.
お前帰ってきたんだってな。もう部活は決めたのか？
No, not yet. I'm taking a look around now.
野球部入れよ。お前ならすぐレギュラーなれるぞ。
When I was a kid, I often played baseball in the park. Some of the guys I used to play with back then were now in the baseball club team. I'll think about it. I responded casually. The baseball club members repeated their request and turned back toward the sports grounds. Baseball or whatever, anything would be fine if only I could move my body normally. As I grumbled to myself, I didn't want to be anywhere near the sports grounds anymore. So I went the opposite way and entered the path leading behind the school. I walked around the rear side of the school grounds for a while. The rear garden, well, even if it was called like that, it looked like it hasn't been maintained at all. It was just an empty space overgrown with weeds. That empty space, there was a lone garage. Garage. Hello, I'm coming in. I looked that no one was there, but I called out before going inside just to be sure. I wonder if this place is also used for some club activities. Or maybe it was used for classes. The shelves that covered the walls were crammed with many tools and parts. I don't even know what could they be used for. In the center, there was a huge object covered with a sheet. The feelings that welled up in me when I watched the sports club's practice was strangely subsiding while I was here. The tools and dimly lit garage must remind me of the times when I was tinkering with my bicycle. What is this used for? Quietly walk around the garage. It's pretty spacious. There's even a tea set here. There was no doubt about it. Someone was using this place. It feels strangely comfortable. I guess one of the clubs must... Whoa! Someone's here. I was so surprised I felt my heart was about to jump out. The person who was there seemed like she hadn't noticed me at all. She was staring at blueprints placed on some sort of drawing board. I was groaning for some reason. I'm sorry for letting myself in here. I'll be going now. It's no good. She didn't hear me. She stared at the blueprints with extremely serious eyes. She looked like she was concentrating really hard. I didn't know what to do, so I just looked at her from the side. Now that I look close, there we go. Now that I look closely, she's really beautiful. Wait, why am I staring at her? Flustered, I looked away. However, it looked like she hadn't noticed me, so I took another glimpse. She looks quite mature. Is she a fifth year? She's so pretty. Happiness was lovely too, but this person was different. She had a mysterious charm. Suddenly, she stood up. I'm sorry. I averted my eyes and apologized without thinking. She went straight at me, passed by my side, and grabbed a big, thick book from the shelf.
やっぱりそうか。
She found something after flipping through just a few pages and went back to her seat again. Man, she has so much concentration that she doesn't care. In a good mood, she swiftly started drawing the plans. The pen was making brisk swishing sounds as it ran across the sheet. The mature air that she had until just now completely changed. When she smiled, she looked quite childish. Her eyes that were fixed on the plans seemed filled with crystal clear purity. Those eyes were like those of an innocent child who believes that the world is full of wonderful glittering things.
これでよしっと。
Her hand stopped. I didn't miss the timing. Excuse me?
Hmm?
She finally noticed me.
いや、こんにちは。
Even though I had appeared so unexpectedly, she didn't show any signs of caution. Still, in a good mood, she smiled and greeted me. Hi. I managed to greet her all right, but I couldn't find any words to continue the conversation.
どうかしたのかい？
I'm sorry that I let myself in here. I just transferred here today. I was taking a look at club activities and I stumbled in here. I got a little carried away and said more than necessary, but she didn't seem interested at all. She was looking at me if she wanted to ask, what about it?
勝手に入ってくれて構わないぞ。
He said that somewhat bluntly, but it seemed she wasn't angry. She has a strange way of speaking. Well, then, I better get going now. Sorry for the intrusion. Bye. When I was about to leave, a miserable yet grand sound echoed through the garage. What was that noise?
ああ、お腹すいた。
Oh, she's one of those types. Works so hard that they don't realize they haven't ate for like fucking hours or some shit. Oh man, here we go. Oh, is that a duck? Oh, that's a duck behind. Oh, and the rudder. Holy shit. Anyway. She said in a weak voice. That beautiful girl that held her stomach collapsed onto the drawing board right before my eyes. That sound just now. It was your stomach. You were inside the garage, so the sound echoed like crazy. It was almost like a roar of a monster.
空腹だったことを体が思い出してしまったらしいぞ。
She tried to get up unsteadily. Apparently, she didn't have enough strength, so she stumbled down, laying her cheek on the drafting board again. Would you like to eat this? I took some bread out of my bag. I thought I'd get hungry if only I had the lunchbox, so I brought some melon bread during the lunch break. Her eyes sparkled as if she was an explorer who had discovered treasure in a secluded cave.
いいのか？
Go ahead.
ありがとう。
She took the melon bread, immediately opened the wrapper, and bit into the contents. She was devouring it greedily while scattering crumbs everywhere. Like, it was really delicious.
おいしい、おいしい。久しぶりのカロリー摂取だ。
Probably eat the whole day or some shit. Could it be that she's poor? Holy shit. What's wrong? The fact she was so delighted just by something like melon bread was quite worrying. And no, I really bet she doesn't eat a lot because it's more of her being ultra busy or absurd in whatever she was doing.
クイックセーブ完了。
She didn't pay any mind to my pitying gaze or comparison and just ate up the high-calorie melon bread. Not that I need one, but it's been like 1 hour and 30 minutes. Oh, this is a good pace.
美味しかった。
But it's still hot. I'll be right back. Let me turn on the fan. I already have the AC on, but it's still hot. Sweating for some reason. Holy shit. What's that about? She murmured happily at the peak of joy. She looked like she was mulling over the taste of the melon bread in her mind.
脳に糖分が染み渡る。
She might be also into the sweets thing, I guess. She said as she turned back into the drawing board. She then resumed drawing the plans with incredible energy. Based on her earnest expression, it seemed that she had already forgotten about me. What a strange girl. Very strange, actually. Well then, I'll be off now. Yeah, she went back in the zone. Holy shit, man. I guess there's some people like that. She probably didn't hear me. I took the melon bread wrapper she had left behind and put it in my pocket. Then I turned to leave. I reluctantly left the peculiar atmosphere of the garage behind me. Well, I guess I'll head back. By the time I finished checking out the clubs, the sky was orange, and it was slowly getting dark.
あ、いた。
Wait, I didn't even hang around with Ageha. What kind of friend am I? You know, I haven't seen Ageha in ages, and I'm like, I'm gonna do my own thing, man. Huh? Ageha was at the school gate. As soon as she saw me, she pointed the cell phone she was holding at me.
まだ残ってたら一緒に帰ろうと思って何回もかけたのにちっとも出ないんだもん。
I told Ageha that I would take a look at the school club activities before leaving.
着信履歴見てみ。
Huh? I can't. I left my phone at the dormitory.
はあ？なんで？それじゃ携帯の意味ないじゃん。
Then who was phone? Anyway, isn't it bringing cell phones prohibited by school rules?
そうだけど、そんなの守ってる子いないよ。
Man, this is so 2012. Holy shit. Nowadays, you could just bring cell phones to school. I think. I don't know. But like, during my senior year in high school, that was like late 2000s. I fucking had, we were allowed to bring our cell phones as long as we weren't using it in the middle of class. Or whatever. Anyway, so long as it's okay. It's okay as long as you didn't get caught. In my case, it wasn't that I cared about school rules all that much. Moreover, I just found it bothersome to carry a cell phone around.
せっかく番号教えてもらったのに、これじゃ意味なしだよ。
Let me guess. The plot will involve him not having a cell phone. I don't know. Let's continue. How do you know my number? 5 years ago, when I left Kaziguhara, I was still just a kid, so I didn't have a cell phone.
さっきあんちゃんから聞いた。メアドも送ってもらったから、これからバンバンメールするね。
Don't do that. It'll be a bother. Writing text on a cell phone was too fidgety and bothersome, so I didn't really like it. Well, he did mention early in the game he wasn't used to touchpad and all. But Ageha apparently ignored what I said. She started walking on ahead.
じゃあ帰ろっか。どうだった？転校初日は。
It seems like an interesting school. It was different than the sports schools or regular schools and had a unique atmosphere. It looks like they enjoy it. And it's, how should I put it? Like they come here to hang out.
それは言えてるかも。みんなやりたいことがあって来てるからね。
Things they want to do?
入りたい部活は見つかった？
Not sure. There were a few that seemed interesting though.
うち運動部はあんまり盛んじゃないから葵には物足りないかもね。
What do you do, Ageha?
私はロボット部。ロボット作ってコンクールに出るの。
Oh, she's one of those. Robots. That sounds interesting too. Oh, it reminds me. So what's the go-to robotics note? I mean, I already watched the anime, but like, of course, going through the VN is going to be a whole different experience. And there was like the sequel to that. Yeah. Anyway.
葵だったらいつでも大歓迎だよ。
Yeah. I'll think about it.
それじゃあ私こっちだから。
Isn't your place that way?
ああ、引っ越したんだ。風見商店街が再開発でなくなったのを知らないの？
No way. No way. Seriously?
でっかいショッピングモールができたの。うちの店もそこに入ってるんだよ。また休みの日にでも案内してあげるよ。じゃ、また明日ね。
Hey.
何？
Thanks for everything today.
いいっていいって。今度パフェでもおごってくれたらそれで十分。
I don't want to fork with you, man. Anyway. Wait, that's... Huh. You act the same as in the past.
ああ、うん。
That's a huge relief.
私も葵が見た目以外変わってなくてよかった。あ、見た目もそんなに悪くないよ。
What did she mean by this?
極秘情報をリークするとね、今日だけでいろんな子から葵の携帯番号を聞かれたし。
Damn, man. Our MC's a Chad. Holy shit, I can't relate it. Self-insert anymore. Fuck this game, man. I'm stopping that. Anyway, let's continue. Seriously?
訂正。スケベになったね、葵。
So what? That's because at the all-boys school, I didn't have any contact with girls.
まあ健全な男子である証拠か。しばらく会わないうちに大人になっちゃったんだね。
Agia said that happily. What did she mean by that? So have you. To be honest, I thought she would have grown up more to be more rough and tomboyish.
だね。
Is this the VN where the childhood friend wins? The corrupt? I don't know. I actually don't know, man. I'm gonna check out the walkthrough the guides later. Or maybe I should just try the first route blindly and see how it goes. I could try that. It's been a while since I played blind. Agia smiled in silence. Looking at that innocent smile reminded me of how Agia was when she was still just a kid.
おかえりなさい、葵。
Yeah.
また明日からよろしくな、相棒。
God damn it, you fuck! She punches me? What the fuck? Ouch! She slapped my back with all her strength.
じゃあねー。
I felt that, man. I don't know why. Someone did that to me once, and suddenly the sensation of that moment just returned in a split second. Then she gave me a big wave and turned around the corner. Ouch. That rascal. She might have gotten a little cuter, but she hasn't really changed on the inside. Welcome back, huh? Her attitude really hasn't really changed compared to the past. That improved my mood a little. After Akihai and I went our separate ways, I went shopping for dinner on the way back. It's going to be hot again tonight. I'll have to make nutritious food to give them energy. I put the menu together in my head enthusiastically. Man, I could totally relate to this guy. Oh no, I forgot to buy new milk. There was a convenience store right in front of me. 5 years ago, there was a tobaccoist here. And it's the first time I heard tobaccoist. Like, I'm more used to tobacco shop. What is a tobaccoist? It's like a made-up word. It feels like a made-up word for me. Is that a real word? Maybe it is. I'm just so not used to that terminology. No, it's the first time I heard about it. So I'm like, are they making this shit up? What the fuck? Anyway. It's a little expensive, but I don't have time to go back to the supermarket. And when I was thinking that, it's her. The automatic door opened and the self-proclaimed cool beauty left the shop. She had a bag on her lap. Her smile was the exact opposite of cool. She didn't notice me and went in the direction of the dormitory. That girl. She didn't go to school. What's she doing? I gave up on buying the milk and followed Habane-san. When she got back to the dormitory, she opened the front door just slightly.
Hato!
She called Hato from the other side of the door and spoke to him about something. She was sneaking around and seemed really suspicious.
あいつがいないか見てきて。ほら、あいつよ。あの意地悪な男子。
What the fuck? After all that, she's not a straight up asshole? What the fuck? Is she talking about me? This is the girls' dormitory, so I'm the only boy here. I don't remember being mean though. I don't know why, but it would appear that she is sneaking around to avoid being found by me. And that's what she plans. I headed for the back door to the dormitory. I hid myself in the kitchen for now.
わあわ
Go tell her I'm not here.
あわあ。
I don't know if he got the message, but he left the dining hall and headed for the entrance while wiggling his butt. While I was waiting in ambush, I put the food I bought in the fridge. After a little while... Remember, Hato was solely into the...
みたいね。
Remember, Hato is solely into the pranks, so we joined forces here, man. We joined forces. Holy shit. Me and the duck best friends. Holy shit. When Habane-san entered the dining hall, she went straight for the cupboard and took out a spoon. She then took out a dish and sat at the table, still in her wheelchair. She put the shopping bag from the convenience store on the table and sideways. Haagen-Dazs. Oh yeah, this is the retranslation, so they're not gonna care about like fucking copyright or shit like that. Haagen-Dazs. Needless to say, it was a top-notch. You know what? You know what? I'm suddenly craving for ice cream. It's been a while since I had ice cream, man. Like literally, the last ice cream I ate was also from Haagen-Dazs. Damn. Anyway, no wonder I started craving for ice cream because the moment I thought about Haagen-Dazs and it was like, oh, okay. Not only that, but it was the family size. Damn this girl, man. It's really huge and costs 250 yen, 2,500 yen. My brain's dead. Guys, give me a break. My brain's dead. My brain's dead. From the heat. I already have the fan on, and I already have the AC on. It still feels on. I must be sick or some shit. What the fuck? She opened the lid and held a spoon used for eating curry in her right hand. What the hell? There's a spoon specifically for eating curry? Are they making this shit up? Or is it because they're Japanese and they're so used to using chopsticks and spoons are a curry thing? Wait, that actually makes sense. Oh, yeah. Anyway.
やるわよ、ついに。ガガン。
Habane-san's dug a very deep hole in the smooth surface of the Haagen-Dazs. He stuffed her cheeks with one spoonful. One scoop like that would be about 100 yen.
幸せ。
She brought her hands to her cheek as though she was flooded with happiness from the bottom of her heart. What is she doing? Seeing what she was doing made hiding and watching her seem pretty ridiculous. Unaware that I was watching, Habane-san was digging through the ice cream rapidly, like a construction machine. I'm gonna make it close. I'm gonna go out and get some ice cream after the stream. I'm gonna get 1209. Fuck, man. That's not a good thing. It's not a good thing, yeah. Even if it was only 105 yen ice cream, you'd savor the flavor more than that. With the next mouthful of ice cream, Habane-san slowly lowered her head and held her temples. Brain freeze.
大丈夫。ちょっとキーンときただけ。
Getting a brain freeze from eating too much Haagen-Dazs is the epitome of luxury. During this little pause, Habane-san opened her notebook. Something was written there. Sneak up a little closer behind her. Next to the words, eat as much Haagen-Dazs as I want. Oh my god, is she dying? Is she one of those? Is she one of those? She has a notebook with a bucket list? Is it one of those? Shit. Habane-san happily wrote, done. I've seen this notebook so many times, man. It seemed to be some sort of list. Things I want to do. There was the title, and there were bullet points below. Stroke the head of a big dog in the neighborhood. It's really scary, but it might be unexpectedly friendly. If possible, I'd like to ride around on its back. Fill the bat with water and swim in it like a pool. Throw a pie, and so on. Mom knows was. Go and see Windmill Hill, with done written next to it. What is this? Oh man, the ear rape. Fuck. Ear rape. Shut. Sorry, the volume is really high on my headphones right now. I mean, I should have expected this. Man, I wasn't expecting it to be that strong. Whoa! Habane-san's scream pierced through the right ear and went out the left one.
なんであなたがここにいるの？
I was here before you came.
だってそうなはず。
Her mouth was open in shock as she looked at Hato. Well, I guess it's impossible for a duck to do reconnaissance. Even if he managed to correctly understand his mission, there's no way he would convey the message. I'm pretty sure Hato was on your side all this time. He's supposed to be mischievous or some shit based on her description of him. Habane-san looked away, ashamed. I'm sorry for surprising you. You were sneaking around, so I thought you were up to something. I didn't mean to spoil her personal enjoyment.
やっぱり意地悪だ。
I went back to the kitchen to get things ready for dinner. Habane-san continued eating the ice cream as she was sulking, as if she wanted to say that it tasted only half as good now. When you go to school?
風邪ひいてるの。キョキョ。
Hey, bro. Okay, I'm gonna believe you. Nice try. blatantly lied. Should someone who has a cold be eating ice cream? The dorm mother, you know. I had to make sure the boarders have the right lifestyle.
私はあなたを寮母と認めた覚えはないわ。大体男なのに寮母っておかしいじゃない。
Whoosh. She went through the trouble of turning around so that she could point at me. If you want to call me dorm father, then that's fine by me. Hamane-san turned around and went back to enjoying her ice cream. If you were in a school, then where were you? I asked in a somewhat softer tone.
あなたには関係ない。
Did you go to the windmill hill again? She ignored me and kept eating her ice cream. It is my business.
だから私はあなたを寮母だなんて。
Don't mean that. Yesterday, if I had been passing by, where would you be right now? If something went wrong in a place like that, it's possible that no one would come to help. If you couldn't move your wheelchair, what would you have done by yourself?
それは。
Do you still think it's none of my business? I didn't say that to blame her for anything. That's why I tried to speak as calmly as possible. However, I put my serious feelings into it.
だからお礼言ったでしょ。この私がお礼言うなんてすごく珍しいことなんだから。本当よ。オオサンショウウオくらい希少なのよ。逆に感謝してほしいくらいだわ。
You're proud of that? If you think that people will be grateful just because it's so rare, you're severely mistaken. Habane-san faltered under the sound of argument. She put down the spoon and started thinking seriously.
でも私こんなだから何もできない。アイス食べる？高いやつよ。
No, I don't. I sounded a little mean, and Habane-san slowly got teary-eyed. Her cheeks were quivering as she desperately tried to hold back the tears. Hey, I'm sorry. I was joking. Don't make such a face.
別に普通だもん。
That's right. You're perfectly fine.
ガーガー。
Hato quacked as though he was trying to cheer her up. I didn't say that I wanted you to thank me. It's just that going out alone without telling anyone where you will be is kind of dangerous. You understand that, right? She wiped the corner of her eyes with her finger.
わかるけどわかりたくない。わかるわけにはいかないの。
He answered somewhat stubbornly. She put the spoon down and turned to leave the dining hall. Where are you going?
顔洗ってくるの。アイスで口の周りがベタベタするから。
When she was leaving, she closed the notebook and put it on her lap. Right then, a piece of paper fell from the notebook. You dropped something. It seems she didn't hear me and left the dining hall. Hato went after her. As the sound of the wheelchair grew distant, I let out a big sigh. Maybe I said too much. It's just that I was really worried about her. I don't know anything about Habane-san. So, perhaps it's really none of my business, but... Wait. That PowerPoint slide transition, man. Now that I think about it, she was wearing her uniform this morning. However, she was wearing her own clothes yesterday when she went to Windmill Hill. Could it be that she was actually planning to go to school? That was possible, wasn't it? As I thought of that, my mood lightened up a little. I picked up the piece of paper that she had dropped. Huh? For a moment, I couldn't believe my eyes. It was a notice of withdrawal from school. Ooh, what happened?
元気出しなって葵くん。
I was depressed while I was cleaning up after dinner, and Kanako-san came to comfort me. Why? Why did everyone leave so uneaten?
ちゃんと美味しかったよ。
Kanako-san was the only one who ate all of her dinner tonight. Without exception, everyone else left some food. Tomorrow, I'll make even better food. It will be so tasty that no one will leave anything be uneaten. I felt a renewed determination, and then the duck came waddling into the dining hall.
ハト先輩ガンチャース
Damn, he's a senpai? Holy shit, Hato is so old.
わわそっかお腹空いてんだね葵くんなんか食べるものあるそれでいいよ
Hanako-san took the vegetables and fed them to Hato. Is that duck Hanako's pet? Are you allowed to keep pets here?
よ誰のペットでもないよ私がここに来る前から住み着いてたの誰がいつどうして持ち込んだのかは不明だからハット先輩
So, the owner must have been keeping him.
それが違うんだっていつの間にかいたって言ってたよ
What the fuck? I guess that happens, I guess.
だからペットっていうより同居してる感じかな
Happiness-san also called him a housemate. It's a mystery. When she had finished feeding Hato, Hanako-san got up from her seat.
さてと一っ風呂浴びるかな
Don't go walking around in your underwear again, okay?
なんでよいいじゃん夏なんだし
No!
ケチ
I guess she doesn't care. She really doesn't care, man. With that sharp parting remark, Kanaka-san left the dining room. Does everyone have to insult me just before they leave me? I felt a little hurt as I cleaned the dishes. After that, Habane-san poked her head into the dining hall. The timing was as if she waited for Kanako-san to leave. It doesn't seem to get along well with her, so maybe she really was waiting. I thought she came to have dinner, and apparently she was searching for something. She was looking under the table. Maybe she was looking for... Oh, maybe it's either the letter, the notice, or like Hato.
ハト邪魔よ
It's the letter.
あ
She went around the table once, and came past the corner in front of me.
ね紙見なかった
No, I haven't. What kind of paper?
紙は紙よ本当に見てない
Really? Habane-san groaned while glaring at my face, as she was trying to check if I told the truth. With a straight face, I was wiping the dishes with a towel. With no way to make sure, she went to look elsewhere. I'll put your dinner in the fridge, heat it up in the microwave, and eat it later, okay? I ended up lying to her. The thing she was looking for must have been the withdrawal notice that I picked up. Everyone's worried that if it continues on like this, she'll stop coming altogether. It looks like she's not really enjoying school. Agia's words crossed my mind. It appears that Habane-san really intended to drop out of school. What am I doing? Why didn't I return the withdrawal notice to her? I stood there, not quite sure about my own feelings. I guess he's a busybody. He's one of those. You know what? Maybe I should call in. I just reached 2 hours, and I have a lot of time tomorrow.
おはようございます
I'm also starting to develop a headache. The light. So I think it's gonna stop. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed watching, and I'll be continuing this tomorrow.